You ready to go yarn shopping again? Let's go. Good morning. You guys ready for another day of yarn shopping? I had such a good time bringing you along last time when I went yarn shopping around Melbourne. And it just so happened I had a short trip to Hobart planned, and so I thought, you guys got to come with me again. So that's what we're doing today. I've hired a car for the day so I can get around to all the yarn stores. Honestly, I probably could have walked to all of them, but I want to try and hit as many as I can, so car was needed. So we are currently in Salamanca, I think it's Salamanca, by the water here, and we are going to go to Salamanca Wool. I think that's the store name first, because that one opens first at 9:30 a.m. So we're going to go check that out. I might also need to grab a coffee. And then I believe there's another store very close by within walking distance here. So I'm going to go there also. But yeah, I'm so excited to see what Hobart has on offer here. And I'm so excited to bring you guys with me. Also, I'm going to have to make another one of these in Melbourne because you guys left such great recommendations on my last video. Some of them I knew about, but some of them I had not heard about. So many in the outer suburbs of Melbourne as well that I need to check out. So definitely going to be a part 2 for Melbourne coming up. But for today, we're doing Hobart. So let's go. Let's go check out the first yarn store. All right, so I just visited 2 stores. The first one was Salamanca Wool, and that one was a traditional yarn store. It had lots of knitted pieces as well, which were gorgeous, out of my current price range, but they looked amazing. But they also had lots of yarns. They had a lot of yarns that, I'm familiar with, like they had Rowan yarn and things like that. But then they also had a lot of yarns that I hadn't seen before. They had some Tassie yarns. I bought some yarn from Ireland, which was really cool to see. And the vibes were great in there. The woman who helped me, who was working there, was absolutely lovely. We had a bit of a chat, and like I went in there really with no project in mind. Didn't actually think I was going to buy any yarn. I ended up, I got some yarn. So I got 2 skeins of this. There were so many colors. These are hand dyed. You can see like the beautiful variation there. Um, there were lots of really multicolored yarns, like in this variety, and really bold colors. But I was talking to the person working there about how much I'm drawn to bright, colorful yarns and how lovely they are. But then I knit it up and I don't wear it. So I feel like these are nice and muted. I think I will wear these. I couldn't choose between 2. She actually ended up bringing out a whole box from the back because she was like, I need a restock anyway. Yeah, you can look through all of our color variations that we have, which was so nice of her. And that's where I found this one. And so I couldn't choose between the 2. and I figured I'll just get both of them. I hadn't actually seen the price, and I was like, maybe like $70 or something. That's fine. Like I haven't been shopping while I'm here. Um, that'll be okay. And then I went to go pay, and it was $99 for these two skeins. But I'm not upset about it. I'm still really excited. She actually said that she knit a ranunculus sweater with just one skein of this. So maybe I'll try one. But I do want to try to re-knit the milk sweater by the pool with one of these because I knit it with kind of a funky yarn and it's meant to be with boucle, but I knit it with a different sort of yarn and it sort of looks a bit ratty, like raggedy. I don't know, it doesn't look quite right. And since people have pointed that out to me, I haven't been wearing it, but I really loved that pattern and I really like that top. So I'm going to re-knit it with one of these colors. Let me know which one, if you have an opinion, would look better. Yeah, so that was a great store. Really, really enjoyed going in there. And then just around the corner is the Spindle Tree, which is not technically a yarn store, it's a consignment shop. So they're selling pieces from a bunch of different makers. So they have lots of knits. I was so tempted. There was like this little baby romper with bees on it. So cute. I was tempted by that. But I was just there to look at the yarns. They have a selection of hand dyed, hand spun yarns that a woman dyes and spins herself and then sells there. And I ended up buying one skein of that. So this is, oh, I forgot to say what this yarn is. Sorry, we'll go back to what I got from Salamanca. So this is 66% alpaca, 34% silk yarn made in Ireland. Um, yeah, just a boucle yarn from hedgehog fibers. And from Spindle Tree, I got this one, which is a merino and nylon, so 80% merino, 20% nylon sock yarn. I think this was like $28. And I was even saying to her, the lady who worked in the shop, like, I always buy sock yarns, but I never knit socks. But maybe this will be the one. Like, how fun would some socks be in this color? Um, and I like that it's, something that you can only get here as well. Like, what a great souvenir. The woman working there was also absolutely lovely. We spoke a bit about knitting. She also said she hasn't knit socks since she was in school. So um, that was good. I felt seen by another person who doesn't knit socks. But hopefully that I will change that. I'm going to knit some socks. Okay, so the next place we're going to go to is Bombed Yarns in North Hobart. It's only like an 8-minute drive, so let's go and check that one out. Okay, so I just went to Bombed Yarns in North Hobart, and so this one is inside a workshop. So it kind of looks like you're going into a mechanic, but just off the side, there's this little yarn workshop. And yeah, they had some lovely, beautiful yarns in there. It wasn't a huge selection, but what was there was really beautiful. It looked like it was all hand dyed as well. Um, and I just ended up buying one piece from there. So I got this fluffy monster. Um, so it is a 2-ply lace weight. It's 74% baby suri alpaca and 26% mulberry silk. Um, because I wanted to get some mohair, but I haven't been able to find any. But I think this will do in the cardigan that I'm wanting to knit. Uh, yeah, really excited. It's so soft. um, so yeah, it was really cool being in there. Like you could see they had yarn there that they hadn't dyed yet. The two women who were in the workshop were really lovely, really helpful. They had this bunting of all knit, triangles for the bunting, and that was to show what all the different yarns looked like knitted up, which was really lovely. Yeah, it was just a really fun little store, and I believe they do orders online, so you don't have to be from Hobart to shop from there. Um, but if you are in Hobart, it's a really cute little one to go into. Again, it's only open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but it's really different from any other store I've been to. So that was a really nice experience. I'm glad I went there. And so we've just got one more store to go to, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's in Moonah. So yeah, let's head to Moonah now. All right, so I went to the wool shop in Moonah, and that was great. It was really big and bright. They had lots of different yarns. These were maybe more yarns that are, more commercial yarns that you might be able to find in quite a lot of different yarn stores. But they did have a really great selection. They had lots of yarns, little haberdashery things as well. It was a very sweet little shop, and the woman working there again was really nice. I mean, I don't think you can have a not nice person working at a yarn store. Like, they're always so lovely and so helpful. Um, so I got a few things from there as well. The first one is this concept by Katia Mohair. So again, this is just for that one cardigan, the Lepul Emma cardigan that I'm wanting to knit. I'm just collecting different mohairs for it. And I didn't have any dark mohair, so I thought this one would be good. So this one is 67% mohair, 30% polyamide, and 3% wool. And it is just 200 meters. So I thought that'll be great. Just a little section of that cardigan. I think this was $17. And then I got some buttons. I have to open this one up. She was very lovely and didn't want my buttons to spill out of the bag. I got 7 of these little buttons. How sweet are they? And I'm thinking of using these for my Aura cardigan. We'll see how I feel once I'm done with it, but they're just so cute. And I think the red would be a pretty good match. But if I don't use it for that, I'm sure I will find something else to use it for because they are adorable. And then right at the counter were these socks. They are 80% cashmere, 20% nylon. I wish you could feel these. They're the softest socks I've ever felt. And they were only $15. So I was like, I have to buy these. They feel incredible. I can't wait to put them on my feet. Yeah, I think those are all the yarn stores today. I'll see. I'm still going to go around to a few more places. I think I'm going to go into Richmond, which is about 25 minutes, half an hour drive from Hobart CBD. Yeah, I'll see if there are any little yarn sections of stores that we can take a look at. But I think this was the last yarn store that I'm going to be able to visit. I know that Salamanca Markets does like, I think like a yarn knitting stall on Saturdays. And then I know in Richmond there's actually a yarn and craft shop, but they are not open on Mondays and Tuesdays. So, oh well. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, it's probably for the best that there aren't more fully dedicated yarn stores because I think I've spent enough money. Um, that was definitely, I haven't shopped at all on this trip yet. I've just been spending my money on tasty food. So this was my shopping portion of my trip. Anyway, I am going to go pick up my parents because they're also here, but they're just checking out of their accommodation. And so we're going to chuck their luggage in my car and go and do something with the rest of the day. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me and coming yarn shopping with me. I hope this is really interesting. Hobart is so beautiful. One thing I haven't mentioned is just how picturesque going on this drive to all the different yarn stores has been. It is stunning here. You've got the mountain in the background and so many beautiful houses. It's really, really lovely. Hello, I am quickly butting in here because I feel like I never really summarized my thoughts on these stores. So I'm coming to you from Melbourne to do that real quick. So we've got Salamanca Wool, the first store I went to. I feel like this was my best overall. It was probably my favorite store. They had a good selection of more unique yarns that you're not going to find in Lincraft or Spotlight, mixed with some more familiar yarns. So they're maybe not necessarily like Spotlight yarns, but more familiar, like Rowan. They also had a really good range there, like lots of stock, which was great. Then Spindle Tree, I think that was probably the best for getting, if you're looking for small quantities of unique yarn, as in yarn that has been hand spun and hand dyed by a local. They did also have larger quantities of undyed yarn, so great for if you were looking to dabble in dyeing yarn yourself. Bombed yarns, that one is best for if you're looking for a little peek behind the curtain, you know, and you want to learn or ask questions about the dyeing process. They are really helpful there and very open to questions. And yeah, you feel like you're stepping into a little workshop, which is really fun. They also host quite a few events and knitting catch ups. So if you are from Hobart or visiting, I think it's worth looking up and seeing if anything is happening while you're there. The wool shop, lastly, I think that's best for if you're wanting more of like a one-stop craft shop, you know, because they had more of a selection, as well as like a big selection of yarns. They also had haberdashery and, you know, like buttons and other crafty things, not like fabrics, but yeah, they had a wider range of craft supplies as well as a wide range of yarns. They also had a wider range of fibers in the yarns, like that was where I was able to find mohair. And they also had like more acrylic yarns there too, as well as, you know, your wools and everything else. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Let's finish the video. So it's been such a beautiful little yarn shopping tour. Again, thank you so much for coming along with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.